As much as Formula One is a battle of seeing who makes the fastest car on track, it is also a game of politics behind closed doors, and Michael Andretti is someone who is looking to disrupt the Formula One landscape. So how close is he to slotting himself and Cadillac into an F1 race next season? Well then, let's talk about it. But before we do, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on our latest uploads. The Andretti team, led by Michael Andretti, obviously, has publicly expressed their interest in Formula One this past year, but the FIA has been playing hardball and not granted them permission. And it seems as though they have grown impatient and have now partnered with General Motors and will investigate the procedures for joining the race lineup established by the FIA. It's been well documented Andretti Global has a desire to enter the Formula One Championship, Andretti told media including PlanetF1.com. So at this point, I'd like to thank the FIA and President Mohammed bin Sulayem for their recent interest in exploring an expression of interest process. I appreciate his transparency and willingness to be open to this process. Today, I'm very, very excited to announce that Andretti Global has partnered with General Motors to pursue an expression of interest. I'm really proud to be able to be part of the fellow American company in this pursuit of the opportunity to join Formula One. Mark Reuss, the president of General Motors, also revealed that if approved, the team will be called Andretti Cadillac and will have its main operations in the United States and a secondary location for support in the United Kingdom. Today is the first step of what we hope to be the historic entry of General Motors into F1, he said. It's very, very exciting for us to be with Andretti, and if given the opportunity, GM and Cadillac will compete with the very best at the very highest levels with passion and integrity that will continue to elevate the sport for the FIA and race fans around the world. Michael Andretti said that the timetable for the team's entry into the Formula One grid is uncertain, as they're unsure of how long the application process will take. He also said that the team will compete as soon as it is practical to do so. Reuss also confirmed that they have an agreement with a power unit supplier, but are also considering the possibility of producing their own power units in the future. Andretti also said that the positive response from FIA President bin Sulayem had given him hope that Cadillac will be a part of Formula One, and this is proven by bin Sulayem's post on social media showing a positive attitude to Andretti's bid to join Formula One. The president has definitely shown that he really would like to have an 11th team, Andretti said. He is a racer, and he understands the importance of that for this series itself. We feel very confident about their entry. Once the expression of interest goes out, especially having a great partnership with Cadillac, we have a very good shot at checking every box and being able to be on the grid soon. Sulayem would be quoted saying, "There is great interest in the F1 project at this time, with a number of conversations continuing that are not as visible as others," read Formula One's response to the news. "We all want to ensure the championship remains credible and stable, and any new entrant request will be assessed on criteria to meet those objectives by all the relevant stakeholders. Any new entrant request requires the agreement of both F1 and the FIA. And for the rest of the players in the sport, they would release a statement that was not entirely enthusiastic about Andretti's plans, emphasizing that for a new team to join the grid, not only does it need approval from the FIA, but also agreement from Formula One itself. One of those players, if you will, is Toto Wolff, who has voiced on multiple occasions in the past that he is against Andretti joining the sport. It isn't a secret that Formula One is a pay-to-win type of game. More time than not, teams with greater wealth and financial stability are able to create faster cars and ultimately secure more wins and championships. Although the occasional exception where a less financially successful team has success is appealing, the amount of money a team has at their disposal is an inescapable factor to have success in the sport. And if Andretti were to come in, it could potentially decrease the total amount of revenue distributed among all teams at the end of the season, While this is in itself not a problem, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff is worried about the impact on the overall finances of Formula One. If Andretti brings less revenue to the sport, it would result in a decrease of 10% in the share of profits for existing teams. If a team comes in, how can you prove they're bringing in more money than they're costing? Wolff said, as quoted by Motorsport, because the 11th team means a 10% dilution for all the others. Andretti would not play deaf to the opposition and would respond by saying, "It's all about money," said Andretti in an interview with Forbes. First, they think they're going to get diluted 1/10 of their prize money, but they also get very greedy, thinking we will take all the American sponsors as well. It's all about greed and looking at themselves and not looking at what is best for the overall growth of the series. Andretti stated he was not surprised by the ongoing opposition, adding, "In Formula One, the owners look out for themselves, not what is best for the series. That is the difference between President Mohammed's position and the team owner's position. President Mohammed is looking out for the future of the sport. Mohammed gets it. He's a racer, and he understands the series needs to have one or two more teams. It is an FIA championship, and it holds most of the cards to get the expression of interest going." But despite some skepticism about the addition of an 11th team to the grid, with existing teams in Formula One raising concerns about the potential reduction of their own income, the FIA president believes that the Andretti and Cadillac team's bid should be embraced rather than rejected. It is surprising that there has been some adverse reaction to the Cadillac and Andretti news, Ben Sulayem posted in a statement on social media. The FIA has accepted the entries of smaller, successful organizations in recent years. We should be encouraging prospective F1 entries from global manufacturers like GM and thoroughbred racers like Andretti and others. Interest from teams in growth markets adds diversity and broadens F1's appeal. After this statement from Sulayem, Toto would clarify his earlier statements and say, "I think Andretti is a fantastic brand, and they've shown in many other series that they can be competitive. What I've said before is, what can you add to the show? If I'm trying to join up with a big auto company and manufacturer that would invest the same amount of money and activation in the promotion and advertising in the racing, which is what we do, it would be a fantastic add-on." Wolff reiterated the significance of having an OEM, original equipment manufacturer, as a partner, like what the Andretti team plans to do with Cadillac. Toto would add, "I think it's very difficult as a private team. You see, with the few private teams that we have in F1, to get on your feet and be successful because the odds are against you. Everyone now in F1, including Sauber, has an OEM as a partner. The only ones who are not is Williams and Haas, but without any doubt, I believe in those structures that have been here for a long time, especially Williams. If we were to add an American team, I'm absolutely up for it. But what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the show? Because that team needs to be up at the front with an American driver, and that is super good for all of us." And there you have it, guys. So, do you want to see Andretti on the grid next season? Let us know in the comments section below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.